When my son was first diagnosed, I went down the whole rabbit hole of what is autism, what does this mean for me, what does this mean for my family, how do we move forward, what does my son need to have a quality life. That's kind of how I started. The more research I did, I started to lean more on the side of the holistic part of it, as in the diets, the everyday therapies and stuff like that. I see how he reacts to medications, even something as simple as Tylenol really gets him, and vaccines and stuff like that really trigger his symptoms, make him very sensitive. People do utilize medications and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Autism is so complex and it's a huge unknown still, to where you're just trying to figure out how to best help your child. I don't think there should be any shame in wanting the best for your kid, even though it's different than what another parent is doing. It's all just a big puzzle. It's a big puzzle. And that's why I wanted to create our locals page and create this area of it's okay to have a different experience. It's okay to talk about things that you're going through, especially as a Jeanette parent, and because our community is very unique when it comes to autism. For me, I'm really blessed with a family that has embraced my son 120%. The more I talk to people, the more stories I hear, I realize that that's not the case for a lot of people. And I grew up with a grandmother who always took people in, who always was the one constant factor in a lot of people's lives that I didn't even know until she passed away, and people came up to me to talk to me about my grandmother, and that she always took the time to listen to them. And that's kind of what I wanted to create, especially for our parents out in the city, our Jeanette parents out in the cities who have very similar stories to mine, to where we had to leave our home and come out here, raise our kids out here, find new jobs, find how to acclimate, and in a sense mimic our children, because we're taken out of our common everyday, day-to-day environments to acclimate to this city life. You go from dirt roads to sitting in traffic for 2 hours, and it's very strange, but you can't butcher out on your patio. You can't do certain things. And so we have just a unique community, and that's what I really wanted to bring forward, just being a parent of a child with autism and how that coincides with our culture, how it's been difficult, and it's okay to have a difficult journey. It's okay to say that this is hard. There's no shame in having a bad day. And I also want to highlight just how amazing these parents have created their own paths for their children. I think that is the biggest takeaway of how strong these parents have been, how strong they have to be for their kids. And that's not talked about a lot. I want them to feel how my grandma always made me feel. I want them to know that they're doing good and they're doing great, because it takes a lot to leave your home. It takes a lot to put your best foot forward for your child, especially if your child has special needs. You have to be double tough. You can't have a bad day sometimes because your child needs you. You can't be sick because your child needs you. You kind of get lost a little bit. That's why I wanted to create the community, create the locals page. Right now I'm trying to get into the logistics of everything. I want to create a space of respect and understanding. When it comes to the autism community, that's all I have ever really received, is just support, respect, because we all understand what it's like to apply for insurance, what it's like to be on the phone with doctors, or you feel like your child is just a number to these therapies. And for me, I wanted to share everything that I've gone through and just create this like open space of information, like friendly information. You can get pamphlets and you can get all these things from these experts, but that's all it is just information. You kind of lose the importance of the child that is going through these services. My son is a very free-spirited little boy. He does not like structure. He likes a routine, but he likes to be doing things on his own terms, on his own way. And like play-based is what he's more connected with. And other children do really good and very rigid therapies that are very strict, but my son just doesn't do that. So those are kind of things I want to talk about, and those are the things that I want to highlight, because we have a very unique community, and I'm just really excited to start this.